Let us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. Holy will. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or do the unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnahfollowers, stream it every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnahfollowers. Open your eyes and look around. Open your eyes. Do you see the very things that you read about coming true? Don't you realize the moments are near? Correct yourself in your affairs. He has made it crystal clear. These are the signs of the time. Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers, new class, stay tuned. Signs of the times. Hey, I got a couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this. All right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister Layla Nashiba, the Managing Director and Founder of Sunnahfollowers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from Aqidah, which is your belief system, to Seerah, which are the stories of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah on your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody here to our first class here at Sunnahfollowers for tonight. And this is our Aqidah class. And I'm always reminding everyone here how important our belief system is. And the Arabic term Aqidah refers to our belief system as Muslims. We have to make sure that we are on point in what we say we believe. You know, we're supposed to believe everything that Allah commands us to believe in. That's that testimony of faith, that la ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, we believe in Allah, that He's the only one worthy of worship. We also believe in all His angels, all His prophets, all His books, all His messengers. You know, we believe in the day of judgment. We believe in paradise and hell and everything that Allah has told us about all of these entities. We also believe in that everything that happens in this world, good and evil, and this is important, good and evil, this is important. Good and evil happens because Allah wills it to happen. And that's where we're losing the Muslims today, because a lot of Muslims don't understand that whatever good and evil happens is because Allah made it happen. He willed it to be, so it shall become. Just like when Allah create you from a drop of blood, he says be, and it becomes. Okay, so this is where we struggle as a nation today. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said every nation of people have their fire worshipers. What does he mean by that? He means every nation has their pagans. Okay, the people that say they believe in Allah, but they really don't. They worship or believe in something other than him. And he said the pagans of this nation are those people who profess to be Muslim, but they do not accept that Allah is the one who wills everything into existence, good and evil. So I want y'all to ponder that as we deal with the challenges of life. I want you guys to remind yourself as you navigate through the challenges of life. You know, one of the sisters called me this morning, and she was saying, Sister Layla, life, you know, is so trying. I mean, I'm being tested. Well, welcome to the real world. All of us are being tested, including me. And Allah says he's going to test us with everything we care about, our families. That's the number one thing. Most of us females are being tested with our families, our children, our grandchildren, our parents, you know, our brothers, our sisters, our relatives. That's the biggest challenge, because the kinship is under the throne of Allah. And on the day of judgment, when we have to get across that Sirat bridge, you know, the Prophet Muhammad will be standing there, and on his right will be trust, and on his left will be the kinship. So that's why most of our trials, including mine, is my biggest trial is always my family, because I am, you know, I mean, so this is normal. I want all you sisters to understand that that's normal. The same, don't think that Layla Nashiba ain't dealing with drama like y'all are with these families. Oh my God. That's the one thing that can take me out is family. You know, family always disappoint. Family always hurts. You know, family, good Lord. You know, but we have to remain firm. We have to remain resolute and understand that Allah is in control. Whatever the challenge is that you're facing in life, be it with the family, the job, the husband, the wife, you know, the neighbors, finances, you know, understand that Allah created it. He's in control, and it's just a test, and you can handle it. You can overcome it, because he's not going to put a burden or a challenge on any of us that's too great for us to bear. We just have to own up to that, recognize that, believe that. And also, one of the things I get from all the sisters, or most, in fact, I would say 99.9% of the women, we're all suffering with the same thing. And I put myself in that loneliness. Loneliness. This is another question that one of the new shahadas was texting me about earlier today, when I was doing what I was doing, mopping my floor, which still is sticky because I just wood sweats. But subhanallah, one of the sisters was texting me saying how, oh, I just feel so alone. Do you ever feel alone, Layla? Welcome to my world. I'm always alone. I mean, as far as of human presence. Oh God, I don't have nobody. SubhanAllah, I ain't got no husband, ain't got no kids, ain't got no. I got friends, but as far as hanging around me, I'm always by myself. It's just this website and me and my cats. My best companions are my 2 fat cats because the other one died. My cats. That's it. Loneliness. This is something that we all deal with as Muslims. It's just a part of life. But how do I deal with it? I know that even though I don't have any human presence around me, there's no human company around me, no human to talk to, no human I can call on the phone and scream my problems out to, because that's what I'd like to do. I need somebody to scream it to, even though I don't have no human companionship, Allah is there. I'm not really alone because I know that I can talk to Allah. Allah is just a heartbeat away. I can always talk to him. And that's what I try to tell you new sisters to do. When you're feeling lonely, just talk to Allah. That's what I do. I talk to him. I was talking to him a few minutes ago because something happened, always something happening. I called the wrong person. I thought I could call somebody and scream it out, but that was the wrong person to call because that person was holding back information from me. Had I known that this person was holding back certain information from me, that's the last person on this planet Earth I would have called. But that's what happens too, guys. We have to be honest. We have to be honest in our dealings with our family members. I want to talk about that for a minute. We have to stop holding back information, because you cause more harm than good. Holding back information, this is one of the characteristics of Shaitan. Do y'all know that? Deceitfulness, lying, deceit, giving people the false ideas. We shouldn't do that as family members to each other, because whenever you hold back, you think that you protecting people and you only want people to know what you want them to know. But you don't see the damage you do by you holding back. You cause that person to transgress you. Had that person known that you were really in a worse state than you were, that person would have never contacted you. That person would have never brought their issues to you. So we got to stop being deceitful with each other, because that's what it is. It's a form of deceit. A lot of people think not telling somebody something is for your own good. No, it ain't. The Prophet Muhammad didn't hold back. Certain things we don't hold back. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ never held back information about this religion. That's number one. We never hold back knowledge of Allah, knowledge of his religion. And number two, don't hold back your health. Your health. Your health. Your health is everything, guys. You may think, oh, I'm not telling you the real situation because I don't want you to worry. Well, since you didn't tell me, now I call you up screaming and hollering, venting. And you can't take it. What if you had a heart attack? Don't blame me. You should have told me the truth about your health. Because had I known the truth about your health, I would never have dialed your number. Don't lie about your health, people. Don't hold back information about your health. When the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was poisoned, he didn't lie and say, I'm okay. He didn't tell the companions what he wanted to tell them. He didn't tell them half truths either. He said, I was poisoned. And that's the reality. Keep it moving. Okay? We don't hold back our health, our physical health condition, especially not from family members. You can hold it back from the neighbor. It ain't none of their business. You can even hold it back from the Islamic community. It ain't their business, but don't ever hold it back from all your family members. The Prophet Muhammad let his wives know, I was poisoned and I'm going to probably die. I am going to die eventually from this. And he let his close companions know, I'm poisoned. I'm going to die. I ain't going to be here. We don't hold back that type of knowledge. And that's the problem with Muslims. We don't know when to hold and we don't know when to fold. We got to learn when to hold and when to fold. And then people wouldn't transgress us. We bring a lot of problems on ourselves. But for you sisters that's experienced this loneliness, just understand you may be alone in regards to human contact, but the angels of mercy are always surrounding you. The angels of mercy are always there making dua for you. Okay? If you are a person living your life seeking knowledge of Islam, even the fish in the sea make dua for you. When you leave your house to go to the grocery store, the trees make dua for you. The birds fly and make dua for you. So we're never alone of other entities, just human contact. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes it's best to be alone and free from human contact. Sometimes it's best because humans are complicated. Humans are very complicated. And that's why I tell you polygamy, sisters. Let's talk about that too. I'm answering all these questions at once. I'm getting all the sisters that's been texting me at once. That's why I say to you polygamy, sisters, you know, you have to look and see the good in your situations. You don't want somebody stuck up underneath you all the time because humans are complicated. Humans make demands. Humans are selfish, greedy. Humans can be inconsiderate. Humans can hold back. Take advantage. Look at the good in your situation. You get a break. You don't have to be sitting there stuck up underneath somebody 24 hours a day. You can have a break away from this man, where you can have more me time for yourself. You can focus on your children more without being distracted with his wants, distracted by his needs. You know, so we have to learn to look and see the good in all situations too. Polygamy is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing the way the Kafirs do it. The Kafirs practice polygamy. They always have. But the difference with the Kafirs is they don't marry. They just sex you and keep it going. But that's polygamy too. Okay? Islam brings rights about it. You know, with your polygamy situation, you have a provider, you have a maintainer, you have a protector. You're not trash. You are a wife. But subhanAllah, when he goes away for whatever y'all's agreement is, because we got different agreements on how long to be with a person. Mine would be two days out the month. Hello, I'm a woman of the dawah. Do y'all think I'd want somebody sitting up underneath me day and night, standing in the way of my dawah? Okay? Whatever your agreement is, you know, to see him, y'all see him 3 days a week or 2 days a week or 5 days a month, whatever it is. The days when your husband ain't there, that's your me time. That's the time that you work on you, bettering your relationship with Allah. Because the better you make your relationship with Allah, in turn, he will cause the people who need to love you in this world to love you. Do you polygamy sisters understand what I'm saying? Instead of crying a river because you got shaitan in your head, making you think about what he's doing with the other wives, you know, put that out your mind. It's what the prophet would try to tell his wives, Aisha, because Aisha couldn't get past that. Okay? Work on you. When I'm gone to the other wives, work on you. Bettering your relationship, not with me, but with Allah. Because the closer you are to Allah, the better your relationships will fall into place with me and everybody else, your co-wives and everybody else. Aisha didn't understand that until years later, after he had died. Okay? But she was able to convey that message to the other women that would come to her. Age brings about wisdom. Take it from an old lady. I'm an old lady. I done been there, done that. Age comes wisdom. So you younger women who are in polygamy, get your mind off of him. You know, he did his time with you. Now he's got to go. Alhamdulillah. Clap your hands, do a little cabbage patch jig, and work on you. I got a break. I got a break from him. I got to still deal with my children because this is my responsibility. But while he's gone, I can work on me and my relationship with my Lord without being distracted by him wanting his attention from me. Because men like attention. You're competing with him and the children. All right? So look to the good in everything. And Allah is always who we're trying to please. And life is not meant to be a bowl of cherries. What does Allah tell us for the new shahadas? What is the verse? Allah says, do you think just because you say you believe in me, that that's enough? That I'm not going to test you to see if you're sincere? So for you new shahadas, this is your test. Deal with it. Allah is now testing you to see, do you really believe in him? Do you really feel that you alone? Yes, I'm alone of human contact. But am I really alone? No, I have Allah always and those angels of mercy. So I'm not alone. You got to use your own psychology, Islamic psychology. You got to take all of that la ilaha illallah that you learned as a shahada and put it to use, because all of this falls in the category of aqidah, belief system. That's why I tell y'all, forget about that Arabic. The only Arabic you need to worry about learning is the Fatiha. Learn the Fatiha and learn the Tashahhud. Learn how to pray, do your prayers in Arabic. That's it. All that other stuff, learning how to speak a language that you ain't gonna never master. Let me let you women know, unless you move to an Arabic country, you ain't gonna learn how to speak Arabic anyway. So you can just hang it up. Because it's just like English, broke down, slangy now. Don't nobody speak the language of the Quran except the scholars. Okay? So I'm just gonna keep it real. You can forget that. You're going to learn some broke. You got to go to an Arabic country and learn their broke down slang. And even when you learn their broke down slang, that ain't going to help you in the grave. That ain't going to help get you in paradise. What's going to get you through the grave in paradise is aqidah, your belief system. Focus on la ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, because that's how you learn to handle the test of life. The trials of life, how to get close to Allah, how to do a lot of self-reflection. And that's our topic in this class, self-reflection. As Muslim women and men, we're supposed to hold ourselves accountable on a regular basis. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, hold yourselves accountable before you do an action and after you do an action. So we're focusing on self-reflection. What does it mean to hold myself accountable? It means to reflect on what I've done. Ask myself, did I do whatever I did for the sake of Allah, or did I do it for Allah and somebody else, or Allah and something else? When you put the word and in it, that deed was not accepted. And has to be marked out. I'm doing it for Allah, period, dot. No and to it. And then you have to evaluate the action to see law put in effect for us. Did it meet the guidelines that Allah put in effect for us? If it didn't meet those guidelines, then it's not accepted either. You're going to have to redo it. You're going to have to purify that action through repentance, through restitution or whatever. What do I mean by restitution? If I called myself giving advice to another Muslim, but I didn't do it the way Allah legislated, I went too far to the right in my advice or too far to the left, then I have to make the restitution by going back to that sister, letting her know that I apologize for going too far to the right with her or going too far to the left with her. You guys understand? That's what we're focusing on now, putting into practice La ilaha illallah, putting into practice allegiance to Allah, allegiance to his prophet, and allegiance to his religion and to each other as Muslims through self-reflection. And today we're going to speak about two things that stand in the way of making progress when you try to self-reflect. And those two things are your ego and your pride. And for a lot of you sisters who called me earlier, who I was on the phone with today, and even for myself, because I had a big encounter right before class too, of my own. We have to learn to set aside our arrogance and set aside our egos when we're reflecting or evaluating whether or not the words I said were correct, whether or not I transgressed the limits with this person or whatever. So let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen for today so we can all look at it. And by the way, I did post up on YouTube. I did post up earlier the pages. We're covering pages, I can't remember. So much going on with you guys, you know, and your issues and my own personal issues. I forget, but I think it was 190 some. Oh, I think it was 194 to 197. Let me put the PowerPoint up though. Let's take a look at this while I share the PowerPoint. Let me set it up. Hold on, open it up here. And let's start with the people in Zoom. I don't even know if I got anybody in Zoom, but you know, there's names, but you know, half of them don't be paying no attention in class.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, who's that? Fat May? Oh, Fat May's here. Good.
I'm here.
Oh,
Sister
oh, okay. Mashallah. Good. Awa's always here. Yeah, good job. And Mashallah, there's Layla. Mashallah. Good job. Okay. So the sisters that called me on the phone, y'all need to be in that Zoom room too. You need to be in the company of righteous women who can help you to deal with the issues that you're faced in your life. Okay. Here's the 194 to 196. These are the pages that we're covering today, which will also help all of us, particularly myself too, because I had some issues too. Family is always family with me too. My biggest trial is always loneliness and family too. So just to let you sisters know, Layla Nashiba is a human being. I may put up the big, tough exterior of being strong, but I'm still a human in the inside. You know, I'm a woman like you guys. I cry a lot. I'm very sensitive. I'm very, very, just like you sisters. And loneliness is something that I've been battling for the past 36 years. Yeah, that's a long time for a woman to be by herself. You know, subhanallah, it's hard. But alhamdulillah, I stay busy. I stay focused on my dawah, remembering Allah. That's the key to me. Just like today when I got upset before class with a family issue. What did I do? After the person hung up on me, I came in here and just got to busy doing videos. I take my mind off of the dunya and put it on the akhirah. That's the only way I can survive. And for you new shahadas, you sisters are going to have to learn to do the same thing. Take your mind off the dunya, off of this world, and put it on the hereafter. And just realize that people are going to let you down. Man will let you down. Allah is not going to let you down. Allah says in the Quran, trust in him. Rely upon him. He said, I will never let you down, but man will. Let me share something with you, because this is something serious for the sisters. Let me take this down for a minute that called me earlier, right before class. I got into it with one of my family members, two of my family members. Hold on. But let me just talk about this. Let me share this with her, because I know, the new shahadas are not as strong. And we have a very high apostasy rate. So let me talk about, I'm going to get personal. It'll be good for me too. But let me get personal for a second with this sister. I'm not going to say her name. I hope she's in the Zoom room now. We have a very high apostasy rate amongst Muslim women in America. Many women embrace Islam and they apostate because they end up learning from men who are rigid and really not qualified to teach a woman because of their rigidity. So alhamdulillah, for these 25, I got 25 new shahadas here. They're all female, well, one man, Brother Edward, the rest are women, alhamdulillah. And let me just share this with you, sisters. The more you learn about Islam, the greater your test will be. And once you get over one problem, Allah is going to send another. And that new problem is going to be harder than the previous one. Contrary to what you may have been told as a Christian or whatever you were, your problems don't get easier, they get harder. But it becomes easier for you to find your way out of it. Because as your faith, your knowledge of Islam grows, you find it easier to overcome whatever the problem is. You find it easier to handle it. Just like if you lose a child. That's the worst thing. The first time you lose a child, it's hard. But then you lose another child, it's a little easier. You lose another child, it's a little easier. Okay? So the problems are gonna get worse, but it'll be easier for you to handle them based on your faith. But don't think that you are alone. You have to attach yourself to Allah. Every Muslim on this planet should have a personal relationship with Allah. Your relationship with Allah is not going to be the same as mine with Allah. I talk to Allah. I laugh with Allah. I even high-five him. I do this like I'm high-fiving Allah. I'll sit here by myself in this apartment when I feel myself alone, and I'll just say, I ain't alone. I say, hey, Allah, you know what happened today? And I get to talking to him the same way I talk to the women in my Zoom room. And I crack up laughing to myself, and I imagine him, he laughing with me. Seriously. Well, let me share something personal with you to let you see, how you're not alone. Okay, for the past several months, since January, I just retired. I just retired 2 years ago. And that's a hard thing when you used to working. And I made good money, guys. Oh, yeah. I worked for the government. And I worked in a place, a type of job I had. I kept it all these years because I could make as much money as I wanted. If I wanted to make $200,000 a year, I could do it. because my job allowed overtime. I worked in a 24-hour facility where people couldn't handle. I worked with the jinn. People can't deal with the jinn. I can, because I know about the jinn. I'm a Muslim and I fear nothing but Allah. So I cleaned up in money, guys. If I did 2 days overtime, that was $2,000. If I did 3 days overtime, that's $3,000. That's how good I was. If I did 5 days or 4 days, that's $4,000 extra. In addition to my salary, in addition to my government salary, thousands of dollars. So I'm used to having money. Money has never been a thing for me. I'll buy a Louis Vuitton purse and keep it moving. I can afford it. I'd pay $3,000 for a Louis Vuitton and keep it going. I got a computer bag this big. I don't even carry it. That was a $10,000 Louis Vuitton bag. No problem. Charge it and pay it off. Do a couple of days overtime, pay it off. So I had money. I made this website, no problem. When they started charging for the internet, I took care of this site myself. I had money. I made overtime. I wasn't begging for donations because, hey, I could do a couple days overtime. That's $2,000. I always did 1 day each week for this website. So I'm used to money. Not because I love it, but I am a high maintenance woman. I got to get my face done every month. I have to get my hair done every week. Do y'all know I got thoroughbred cats? I paid $300. I was paying, I don't now. I was paying $300 a month just to get my cats groomed. Oh yeah, my cats had their nails done. They had their nails painted. They would get the lion cut because they were all long hair, and we'd all be just walking. I mean, that's just me. High maintenance. But I could afford it because money has never been nothing for me. Flip it up, keep it moving. Flip a credit card, pay it off. I mean, I wasn't getting interest. Oh, I charge, pay it off in a week before it gets to interest by doing overtime. So I'm used to money, not it never being a problem for me. But it's different. When you retire, oh God, nobody told Layla that. Now I'm on a fixed income. I can't go and work 8 hours and get $1,000. So it's been 2 years and I'm still struggling, trying to live off of just a set income that I've never had to live off. I could go 100,000, 200,000. Now I'm just stuck at 60,000, 70,000. I'm stuck at that bracket. So, being that I'm used to living a certain lifestyle, Layla done went overboard with getting the hair done, face done, I had a cat that died. Y'all know how much I had to pay to put my baby Sammy down? That was $500. Here's a credit card, bam. But I had to get him buried. I couldn't take him out in the backyard and bury him. They charged $500 to bury my Sammy. And you know what they did? They cremated him. They ain't even bury him. So, I'm dealing with, money. So my debts, I'm in debt. I got my health insurance, thank God, by me being retired from the government. The government reimburses me my premium. I pay a $1,100 premium each month for my health insurance. But I get reimbursed by the government. That's a good benefit for working for the government. We get that health insurance and they reimburse us. And I got the best insurance. Gold, #1, best insurance in the country. So anyway, I'm past a few months before Ramadan. I'm like, I ain't got no money. Time to get my hair done. I can't get my hair done. I had to call my granddaughter, Jayla. Jayla, can you send me some money to get my hair done? She said, what you mean you ain't got no money? Couldn't get my face done. Call my brother Issa. Issa, sell me $200. I need my facial. He said, what's going on with you and your money, Layla? I said, for some reason, I ain't got it. Well, I figured out what the problem was. During Ramadan, I figured out since January, that's when the new health thing turns over. Like I said, I'm a retiree from the government, so I pay my health insurance premium, which is $1,143 a month. But the state always sends it back to me on the 6th of each month. I didn't know since January they had not been sending me my premium. So I was trying to figure out why come I'm $1,000 short of money. I'm like, I'm almost $2,000 short each month after paying my rent and stuff. Well, I figured it out during Ramadan. I wasn't getting my premium. But then I got caught up in Ramadan. I forgot to call and check on it. I forgot about it because we got these classes. I'm streaming. I'm dealing with issues, other issues, personal issues, all of that. Well, today, I get a phone call. But first, last night was a bad night for me. I was on the website doing those videos, and I got depressed. I looked in my checking account, and I saw that I am $1,000. This is my personal checking account. I am $1,000 overdrawn. And I said, oh, what am I going to do? This is the beginning of the month. What did I do? So I cried last night. You know, I didn't have nobody to talk to. I don't have nobody to talk. I can't call nobody to talk to them. I ain't got, my friends are busy. Aisha, my best friend, she's the president of CARE. She travels all over America dealing with the Gaza stuff. My other best friend, Latifah, she got diabetes. She always sleeps. She can't wake up. The other person I deal with like a mother is Fresno. Fresno is too mean. She's too ruthless. Fresno is the last person to call for advice because she's just rough. So I got off the internet last night and I sat here and cried. I said, Allah, what am I gonna do? I said, I am $1,000 overdrawn in my personal account. I know my brother Issa ain't gonna have, he just got back from Saudi Arabia. He got 15 children. He ain't got no money to give me. And he's the only brother of mine that would help me. My other brothers, they don't even call. I ain't talked to my other brothers in 50 years. So I cried myself to sleep. After talking to Allah last night, I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know. I can't make it. I'm by myself. I had an anxiety attack. I went crazy with my anxiety, tried to call somebody else, and that person didn't answer. I said, I'm alone. I ain't got, Allah help me. I went to sleep. Well, I woke up at 10 o'clock this morning. The phone rang. It was a call from my job that I retired from, the state of Ohio. They said, Miss Nashiba, how you doing? I said, I'm fine. Who is this? I'm the personnel director. What's going on with you? I said, I'm fine. She said, why come you have not submitted your form? I said, what form? She said, we have like $3,000-$4,000 of your premium that you are due since January. She said, sitting in an account. You have to submit your insurance premium just for a form so we can reimburse you. I said, what? So I said, I forgot about that. She said, Layla, you have to every year in December. She said, you go to your insurance website, take a picture of the premium, upload it to the state, and so we can continue to reimburse you. She said, we got what? Since January 1, 2, 3, we got $3,000-$4,000 sitting here, a check for $3,000-$4,000 that's due to you for your premium. I said, I've been paying my premium out my money myself. She said, yeah, and we have not reimbursed you. So mashallah, look how quick Allah answered that. So now I got up, I took a picture of my premium, sent it to the state of Ohio, and they're processing me a $4,000 check to pay me back the premium that I've been paying on my own since January. So y'all see, the point of my story is we're never alone. Allah hears everything. Allah knows everything. You got to talk to him. Last night, I felt that I was having a breakdown because of my anxiety. I was $1,000 overdrawn. And I'm like, I can't get this money from nobody in my family. My brother Issa is the only one that would try to help me, but he just got back from Saudi Arabia. He spent $20,000 on airplane tickets, you know? And so I sat there and said, Allah, what am I going to do? I ain't got no husband. I ain't got no family. I said, I ain't got nobody. Well, Allah let me see today, Layla, you always have me. So that's the point of my story for you new Shahada women. Don't allow Shaitan to make you think that because there's no human being around you, that your problems, your pleas are not heard. Remember the verse in the Quran where Allah says, I heard the complaint of the woman that came to me. That was a true story. One of the female companions, you know, her husband was abusing her. He was mistreating her. But he went and told the prophet that he wasn't. He said, oh, prophet of Allah, I'm good to her. She's lying. You know, she just married me so she could divorce me and get back with the brother she was married to before. This woman said, oh, prophet of Allah, he's lying on me. I would never do that. She said, Allah knows. So she went to the prayer rug and said, Allah, you know that this man is abusive towards me. And that's when Allah sent down that verse to the prophet, said, I heard the plea and the complaint of the woman who brought her problem to me. And she's not a liar. He is abusing her. And that's when the prophet divorced her from him, let her go. So the point is, never think that you alone. Allah hears everything. So for you new Shahadas, you may not have any humans around, no family around, no man. So what? I ain't got no man. We ain't gonna have no man. It don't matter. We got Allah, something better than a man. We got Allah. Take it to him like I did last night. Take it to him. He will answer you in a heartbeat. I got that call today. My check is on its way to get these credit cards paid, get me some food, get my hair done, my facial, get caught up. A couple things around the house got to catch up on. You know, subhanallah, $4,000. That's what I need right now. Okay, so do you sisters get it? Establish a relationship with your Lord. Talk to him. Cry to him. Complain to him. He can do what no human being on this planet can do because he's in control, not man. Y'all got it? All right, so now let's get back to the class for today, but I wanted to share that with my new Shahadas. Establish that relationship. I'm no different than you guys. I'm a woman too. And I'm a single woman. A single old lady. Yeah, I'm half dead. I keep telling y'all I got a foot in the grave. I'm probably going to die tomorrow. But alhamdulillah, I got a relationship with Allah. He got me. He got my back. That's all I need. All right. So let's put the PowerPoint back up because we have to do self-evaluation. But in order to have that relationship with Allah, you have to free yourself of arrogance. You have to free yourself of your personal ego. Otherwise, you ain't going to have no relationship with Allah. And that's what tonight's going to be about. So let me put this back up. But I wanted to share that with my new Shahada women, because some of them are having a hard time. You know, it's hard for me. So, and I've been Muslim all my life, you know, been practicing all my life. But if it's hard for me, I can imagine how hard it is for you. But don't ever lose hope, sisters. You got to keep the hope. Okay, so let's put this up on back on the screen. Hold on, let me share this. Oh, good. The sister said, she just texted me saying, thank you, Layla. I'm in tears. You in tears? I'm in tears too, sister. I was in tears earlier. I'm always crying. Don't worry. Crying is a good thing too, guys. Like Ali radiallahu anha said, laughter keeps the heart from hardening, and crying keeps the heart in submission to Allah. So don't feel bad about crying. I cry so much. Why do y'all think my eyes are always looking swollen? That's not my allergies. That's from me crying. I spend a lot of time crying to myself. I'll never let you see me cry, because that's the thing. You don't want to let the people see you cry. Just let Allah see you cry. Okay, so don't feel bad about crying. That's good. That'll keep your heart humble and in submission, and laugh too. That's why I put a little jokes in my lectures. Laughter, like Ali radiallahu anha said, keeps the heart from hardening. Put a little laugh. Watch some Medea. Hello. Y'all know what I watched last night when I was trying to handle my anxiety? I watched a witness protection program, Medea. The funniest show. I sat there and laughed. Then when I got through watching, I ended up crying myself to sleep. But subhanAllah, took my mind off of it. Witness protection. Medea. It's on Netflix. Watch Medea. She always gets you to laugh. All right. All right. Okay. Oh God, that hurt it. Sometimes it hurts to laugh, but that hurt. Okay, inshallah. Let's see. Can they see? Can you guys see my screen? Can they see this on
Yes, they can.
Well, I mean, is it doing this? Did the curtain opened up too? Yeah, I guess it's working. Okay, let me go back to that page. Okay. All right. Today we're going to be speaking about self-reflection, continuing with how to do self-reflection. We're covering pages 194 through 196. This will be very helpful for all the sisters here. If you want to reflect over your mistakes, reflect over your shortcomings, you want to better your relationship with Allah, guys, you have to overcome pride and ego, because these two things are going to stand between your relationship with Allah. So, in order to present an honest assessment of yourself, so you can replace the bad habits with the positive ones in your journey towards Allah, there are certain steps you have to take that will help you to replace those negative habits. For example, maybe your habit is you talk too much. Okay? You need to replace it with something. Maybe your another habit is that you're lazy. You're too lazy. You feel sorry for yourself too much. Well, in order to change the condition of ourselves to that which is pleasing to Allah, we have to do away with the bad habits and replace them with good. And here's some examples with Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. May Allah bless him and forgive him of his sins. Ameen. What he did is he gave some great examples as to how self-reflection can lead to developing positive habits that will replace the negative. For example, if you sisters tighten up on your prayers. Now, this is something that you guys heard Mukhtar, my cousin Mukhtar, speak about yesterday in his class. The companions, why is it that they had such a great relationship with Allah? That Allah was always there to answer them, to help them, to bring them success when they were faced with difficulty. Well, one of the reasons is because they had a structured prayer routine. They took missing a prayer seriously. When they fought the battle of the trench, remember the prophet and the companions, they missed the Asr prayer because they were so busy fighting the Quraysh. And when they realized that the Asr prayer had gone out, the prophet Muhammad made dua cursing the unbelievers for standing in the way of them being able to remember Allah. They had a structured prayer routine. Ask yourself, sisters, do you have a structured praying routine? Are you making your prayers every day? And by the way, sisters, let me share something with you that I heard one of the brothers say in a lecture, not here on my website, but somewhere else. I was listening to one of those famous brothers tell you that you should pray your prayers as soon as they come in. You have to stop what you're doing. That's not correct. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every prayer begins and it begins at the adhan of its coming in, and every prayer ends at the adhan of the next. What's the source? Sahih Muslim. And the Prophet Muhammad went on to say that you have until the adhan is called for the next prayer to pray whatever prayer is in. So say Dhuhr comes in at 1 o'clock. You have, and say Asr comes in at 5. You have between the hours of 1 and 5 to pray Dhuhr. Do you guys understand? So because Dhuhr came in at 1 o'clock and you don't pray it until 3, that does not mean that you missed the prayer. To miss the prayer means, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, to pray it outside of its time frame. What's the source again? Sahih Muslim. That's why I tell y'all that fatwa crap. We got to get out of that fatwa crap. The Prophet said they will issue fatwas that go against what I said and what Allah says. So because you made Dhuhr at 3 o'clock does not mean that you made Dhuhr late. You prayed it within its time. To pray a prayer late means to make it outside of its time, and Allah ain't going to accept it unless there was an excuse for it. Does everybody understand? So what you sisters need to do, those of you who don't work, you have to develop a structured prayer routine. I know a lot of you sisters are married and you're busy with the children. A lot of you got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. I know y'all's baby makers. Get a routine going for yourself. You know what time Dhuhr comes in? Have a routine that you pray it at a certain time every day. Okay? You know what time Asr come in? You have set a certain time that you pray it every day if you can't make it as soon as the adhan is called. Now, let's talk about that. Now, if you're sitting at home watching TV and the adhan for Dhuhr comes in and you ain't got nothing to do, then you go and pray it. But if you washing and cleaning and cooking, you got a regular routine. Or even for you sisters at work, you have to work and you can't just stop working when you want. But you know which time each prayer is. So you set a time. I'm going to, like I did when I worked second shift, I had a certain time. They knew that at 4 o'clock, Layla was praying. They knew at 4 o'clock, Layla was praying. Okay? So get you a structured prayer routine. And in order to do that, you're going to have to do some serious evaluation of how you spend your time each day. What am I spending my time doing each day? Let me set a prayer routine up so I can be consistent in all 5 of my prayers, that I'm not going to miss a prayer or delay a prayer unnecessarily. Does everybody understand that? So this is a great example of how we can change a bad habit of being negligent with our prayers into something positive. Let's look at another example. I want you sisters to take a good long look at yourselves. Are you one of those women that like to gossip? You one of those women that like to talk bad about others? You suffer with jealousy or whatever. You co-wives, because you in a polygamy situation, you're more concerned with what's going on with the other wives, that you talk about them in a bad way and don't know nothing about what's going on. Well, we want to replace gossip and harmful words with kindness. But in order to do that, because this is a bad habit, gossiping, jealousy, backbiting, you're going to have to do some serious self-reflection and admit that it's a problem. And then replace it with something else. When you find your mind going to what's happening with the other wives, replace it with something better. Say words of kindness. This is something that the prophet taught us to do. He told the companions, when Shaitan comes to you, he told Aisha, radiallahu anha, his wife, this. He said, oh, Aisha, your jinn, it always gets the better of you. It makes you so suspicious of me. Because whenever one day when the prophet left in the middle of the night, she followed him thinking he was going to see one of his wives, when in reality he went to the mosque to pray the night prayer. And when he saw her following him, he told her, yo, jinn, he always puts these bad thoughts in your heart. He said, when you find yourself thinking like that, Aisha, think something good. Say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and replace those bad thoughts with good thoughts of me, good thoughts of yourself. Work on your self-confidence, he told Aisha. Okay? And that's good advice for all of us women, especially you sisters in polygamy. Don't let your mind get to wondering about what's going on with him and her. Think about good things about yourself and think of the good of your husband, how when he is with you, how he makes you feel special, how he shows such love for you, how he's attentive to you. So replace those bad thoughts and harmful words with kindness. So this is another example as to how honest self-reflection can replace a bad habit with something better. Okay? Also, better your acts of charity. This is something that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to remind the women all the time. He used to say, oh, you women, give in charity. Give in charity, because charity will help to purify your hearts. Because if you look at yourself, you may discover that maybe one of the reasons why you're such a negative person, maybe one of the reasons why you're so miserable is because all you think about is yourself. When is the last time you did a good deed for someone else? When is the last time that you helped a person in need? And again, if you look at yourself seriously and realize, wow, I'm selfish, I'm more concerned with myself than anybody else, then give in charity, because this will purify your heart. This will take away that female drama, PMS, that we women go through. So giving in charity and helping others, this is a good example of how to replace the negative characteristics within ourselves with something better. And also, all of us have to work on patience and self-control. Now, this is one thing that the person that I was talking to earlier that upset me told me, but I was trying to explain to her I do have self-control. She was telling me, Layla, you got to work on self-control. But I was telling her I do have it under control. It's just that I was calling you so you can make it better. But had I known that she was holding back information, I wouldn't have called her to make it better. I would have sat here and went to a law and just let a law make it better. Okay? So we have to work on patience. Life is not meant to be a bowl of cherries. Life is a hardship. Allah is going to test us. He's going to throw curveballs our way every day. Every day is going to be a test. We have to know that Allah ain't put no burden on us that we can't bear. So bear it with dignity, patience, humility, and balance. And control your emotions, sisters. Control your anger. Control your jealousy. Control your tongue. Control your hands. This is something that we all have to work on. So those are all examples, guys, as to how we can look at ourselves when we do that self-evaluation. And when we pick out bad things about ourselves, we can replace it with some of this good stuff here. And always keep seeking knowledge of this religion your priority. Remember, guys, Allah commands us to seek knowledge of this religion. Your priority should be these classes here at this website. I tell my students all the time, your life should evolve around Allah, not Allah revolving around your life. Make your prayers. And you know that the most important class I teach is this 6 o'clock class. Put your life around this class. And I'm telling all you new shahadas the same thing. You new sisters who are new to following me, who are new to learning from me, make my 6 o'clock class your priority. Whatever you do, make sure you're done with the cooking by 6. Whatever you got to do to go grocery shop and be home by 6. Whatever appointments you make during the day, they have to be done and be home by 6. Because by learning this religion properly, this is how we can get a better relationship with Allah. Does everybody understand that? You have to know the lawful and the unlawful. How can you save your soul from the hellfire if you don't know what's going to take you there? And I'm sorry, the classes I'm teaching, you're not going to get nowhere else. Ain't no women in your community teaching what I'm teaching. And even if they were, they can't teach it like me because they have not learned from the true scholars like I have. So ain't no imitation of Layla. Ain't no knockoff. They can have all my PowerPoints, but they ain't me. So make it your priority to be here at 6 o'clock every day to get it from the real McCoy, not no knockoff. You don't want no knockoff Louis Vuitton? Well, you don't need no knockoff scholar teaching you either. Okay? And again, no progress will be made if you have arrogance within your heart and pride within your heart. So a lot of the people may ask, Sister Layla, how do I overcome arrogance? How do I overcome pride? Well, number one, the fact that you acknowledge that you are arrogant, that's the first step. Through self-reflection, you can identify whether or not you are a person who is arrogant. What's an arrogant person? An arrogant person, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, is not a person who takes pride in having nice things. Allah loves beauty. Allah loves cleanliness. So we should take pride in having nice things. He said the arrogant person is the person who has nice things, but because of them, he thinks himself better than others. So he looks down upon others and he boasts about his achievements, and he cannot accept feedback or constructive criticism. If you have this characteristic about you guys, then that's how you know that you're arrogant. If you walking around thinking you all that in a bag of chips and you like to brag and boast about yourself, you an arrogant, pompous individual. And Allah he's going to turn his back on you the same way he turned his back on Iblis. So, how do I overcome arrogance? Number one, acknowledge the behavior. And then do what it takes to rid yourself of it. And the best way to rid yourself of arrogance is by recognizing the fact that there is someone and something greater than you, and that is Allah. That you didn't create yourself. Allah created you, and he created you with a purpose. So fulfill your purpose to Allah. Submit. Take a knee. Haven't y'all heard that? Take a knee. That means kneel. Bow to me. Take a knee to Allah. Bow to him. Prostrate before him. So by cultivating humility in your worship of Allah, this will help you to do away with arrogance. Take a knee to Allah. Also, embrace your servitude to him. If you realize that you were created to worship Allah and to prove to him that he is what he says he is, then this will cause you to humble yourself before him. And once you humble yourself before Allah, Allah will make it easier for you to humble yourself before others as well. He'll make it easier. Remember, that angel of the heart will guide you to realizing that you are not better than another person. That just because your skin is whiter doesn't make you prettier. Because your skin is lighter doesn't make you better. Because you speak a foreign language don't make you better than me. Because I speak a language too. So embrace servitude towards Allah. This will help us to humble ourselves around others. And also, to overcome arrogance, we have to practice thankfulness and gratitude. Whenever something good in our lives happen, what do we talk about during Ramadan? I hope y'all still doing it. Whenever you get good news, thank Allah for the good news. And prostrate to him, bow before him, take a knee if you can, and thank him for that good thing. Because by recognizing the blessings of Allah and acknowledging that they came from him, not from you, this will cause you to become more humble and not go around thinking that you better than others, because you're not. You come from the same source as the rest of the nation do. A daggone drop of sperm. A tadpole. And then another way to rid yourself of arrogance and ego is to repent. Seek forgiveness for all the arrogance you showed in the past. Go to those sisters whose feelings you hurt. Those women at the mosque that you look down upon because they are Somalian. Oh yeah, that's a big problem here in America. Because the African women come to the mosque, you're going to look down on them. You're going to look at them like they're dirt. Oh, no. Well, you go to them and apologize for being an idiot. Apologize for not showing sisterly love towards them. Remember, guys, sincere repentance and forgiveness is what leads to a clean heart. And then finally, look for role models. Change who your role models are. I tell you guys all the time, your role models should be the companions of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Your role model shouldn't be these celebrities of today. Your role model shouldn't be these famous speakers of today. Your role model should be Aisha, radiallahu anha, Salama, radiallahu anha, Ibn Abbas, Hani, Hani, Safia. Those should be your role models. Hafsa. Okay? Honest assessment encourage us to seek guidance from humble role models in Islamic history, such as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions. Because remember, Allah tells us that those companions, they are the best of this nation. So thus, guys, by confronting and overcoming our pride and our arrogance and ego, this is when we can grow even closer to Allah, because it's going to cause us to truly become Muslim. And what does the word Muslim mean in English? It means one who submits to Allah. By getting rid of my arrogance, getting rid of my ego, accepting the fact that I ain't all that in a bag of chips, accepting the fact that there is people and something better than me. They ain't kafir, but there are others that are Muslim that's better than me. This will help me, to better my relationship with Allah. And then I can accept his laws, accept his rules, and I can get along with other Muslims. I can go to a masjid and shake another sister's hand when I give her salams and not care that her hand is darker in color than mine. I can shake another sister's hand and not care that she doesn't have a hijab on. I can shake another Muslim woman's hand and not care that she wears a burqa. I can shake another Muslim woman's hand and not care that she has on her beautiful makeup. Subhanallah. So that's the class for today, guys. Self-evaluation. This is what it's all about. The more we self-evaluate, the more we take the time, that one-on-one time, to take good, hard look at ourselves, guys. This is when we can evolve into better people who submit to Allah. And in turn, our relationship with him betters, and he'll be there. He'll be there to help you through your hardships. He'll be there to pick you up. He'll send you that phone call that I got today saying, Layla Nashiba, what's wrong with you, girl? This your personnel, your ex-personnel officer. Why ain't you sent them forms in? You got a $4,000 check sitting here. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Any questions or comments? Brother Abdullah, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was poisoned by a Jewish woman, and she didn't really mean to kill him. She wanted to test him to see if he was a real prophet, because if he was a real prophet, the reaction wouldn't have been the same as a person that wasn't. So that's who poisoned him. All right. Next, any other questions or comments? Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, the next class for the day. Yeah. Oh, yes. My series, he's asking about my series on the signs of the last hour. That's going to start as soon as we finish this book. Tonight at 9, we have my series on the articles of belief. The articles of belief, inshallah, that'll be tonight. And we're doing that last article, which is the Qadr of Allah. Once I finish this book, which I think will be either today or Wednesday, that's when I'll start. The signs of the last hour will replace that, inshallah. Everybody understand? So yeah, that's going to be replacing this the Monday and Wednesday. Yeah, it will replace the Monday and Wednesday class. Okay, Sister Howard, I get this question all the time. I want you women to know all the brothers got it wrong. I want y'all to don't listen to none of these men on the internet talk about menses, because none of the 4 imams got it right either. All the 4 imams got it wrong. And these brothers are basing their information about a period because a man don't know nothing about a period. They're basing it off of 4 imams. So toss that out. None of the 4 imams got it right. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a woman's menses is not determined by the amount of days in which she bleeds. He said instead, her menses is determined by the color of the blood. If you have red, brown, black, pink, or yellow coming out of you, that is a menses, and you do not pray until it's over. What's the source? What's the source? Bukhari and Muslim. That's the Hadith of Fatima. So all these brothers got it wrong. The 4 imams got it wrong. Like Aisha told the women, your period lasts however long it lasts, because every woman is different. And I want you sisters to understand, if you pray on your period, not only is your prayer not accepted, but you have the curse of Allah on you. So you women, you don't pray until it's over. When you see nothing come out of you, nothing is coming out of you at all, it's clear, that's when you start praying. Until then, you don't pray. It don't matter if it's 14 days. It don't matter if it's 20 days. It don't matter if it's 30 days. You don't pray until it's over, because every woman is different. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told a woman that came to him, she said, my menses just goes on and on. He said, you know yourself better than me. You a woman. You know your body. You can look down there and tell. You know you on your period. Wait till it's over. So you sisters are going to have to stop learning your religion from men who don't know a period from a booger. And they don't know the hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad, because they don't know the hadiths at all. All they know is how to sing the Quran. All they know are the broke down hadiths that they were taught by their sheikh. Okay? So that's what the Prophet Muhammad said. And if you believe La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, you women will hear and obey Allah and his prophet, and stop cursing yourself. Why do y'all think y'all can't get a man? Why do you think y'all giving birth to stillborn children? Oh yeah, that's a big epidemic now. Why is it that y'all having miscarriages? Because y'all got the curse of Allah on you. You women are praying in a filthy state. You don't stand before your Lord like that. Like Aisha told the women. You women, how can you feel good standing before your Lord with that filth coming out of you? You have the Lord's curse on you. I don't care if your period lasts 20 days, 30 days. You don't pray till it's over. That's what the prophet said. And every woman knows herself. And if your period is going on, if it's going past what you normally do, that means you got cancer. Or that means you got fibroids. Or that means you got a problem. Go see a doctor. You Muslim women, y'all got to stop being nasty with this. The Kafir women make fun of us. The Kafir women think we crazy because y'all don't even know a menses. Get a life. We get this question all the time, and I find it disgusting. Okay? So you don't make salat until your period ends. And if your period is bleeding longer than normal, then that means you got some serious issues going on. So you need to get your behind to a doctor. But you still don't pray. Like Aisha told the women, do you feel comfortable standing before your Lord with that stuff coming out of you and that smell? Allah hates filth. Allah hates funk. Allah only loves what's good and clean. You women better start thinking and stop being filthy. And maybe Allah will take his curse off of you. Oh, yeah. And I'm upset about this because we get this question every day. How is it that you women, y'all never took sex education classes in school? Y'all don't know about a menses? The Kafir girls know. Who said a period is only 2 days? Every woman is different. My period never, ever lasted less than 14. My granddaughter's is 3 days. My daughter's was 7. Every woman is different. So stop listening to people and listen to Allah. The prophet said, until that red, that black, that brown, that pink, that yellow stops, you don't pray. So listen to the prophet of Allah and stop listening to uneducated, stupid people. And if you're bleeding longer than your normal days, go see a doctor. Because that's another problem with you Muslim women. Y'all don't go to doctors either. When's the last time you had a pap test? From what I heard that you Muslim women don't even get pap tests. Are y'all crazy? Any woman over the age of 18 is supposed to get a pap test every year. You better take your butt to a doctor and get a pap test and stop praying on your period. Seriously. And Allah knows best. Stop listening to those brothers. Yeah. Next question. Any other questions? Yeah, I get sick of that question. And you know how many women are dying? Muslim women I'm talking about. There's a lot of Muslim sisters right here in my Zoom room who have had to have hysterectomies because they were listening to these stupid brothers down there in Texas tell them, oh, just pray on your period. If it's more than 5 days, you're okay. It's istihada. That is not what istihada means. And these women ignored the fact that they were bleeding for months. And then they finally go to the doctor and they got cancer and have to have hysterectomies. And like the doctor said, this could have been treated had you came to us when you noticed your cycle had changed. So you sisters got to take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves, Muslim women. People are ignorant. Listening to these stupid men. Yeah. Any other questions? And by the way, guys, make sure y'all come back here at 9 so we can do the articles, I believe, because we will speak about the Qadr. More about the Qadr of Allah. All right. Okay, guys. So I'll be back at 9, inshallah. But tell that sister that tell her that her period ain't over until she stopped bleeding. And if she's bleeding longer than her normal days, she needs to make an appointment with a gynecologist. It's called a gynecologist. Go to a female gynecologist so they can do a pap test and look up there and see if she got fibroids or if she got ovarian problems. Because when a woman bleeds longer than her normal days, whatever your days are, you still on your period. But it's a sign, like the prophet said, that you got something broke up there. And that type of cancer of the cervix, cancer of the uterus, this type of stuff can be taken care of. It can be treated if you catch it in the early stages. A lot of you women are not catching it in the early stages. Y'all waiting until you're dead. All right, so make an appointment, but no, you don't pray until it stops. And if it ain't stopping, go to a doctor. All right. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta